This is it. Tag team action underway here, guys. Irish whip.
During the rivalry between the Hardy Boys and Cesaro and Sheamus over the Raw Tag Team Championship, the teams became very familiar with one another. In June of 2017, the teams met in a 2 out of 3 falls bout on Monday Night Raw. The most important fall in a 2 out of 3 falls contest is the first fall. If a team can win the first fall, that sets the tone for the rest of the match, and your opponents are playing catch-up.
What a stomp! Good grief! The 2 out of 3 falls match that saw the Hardy Boys go at it with Cesaro and Sheamus was a throwback of sorts. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, championship title defenses and grudge matches were often decided in a 2 out of 3 falls format. Cesaro and Sheamus didn't waste any time and scored the decisive first fall after a brogue kick rocked Jeff Hardy.
Cesaro and Sheamus wanted to continue their domination of Team Extreme, but the Hardys had other ideas as Matt tied things up at 1 fall apiece after a twist of fate on the Swiss Cyborg. After a swanton bomb by Jeff Hardy, the match broke down and the third fall was ruled a double countout.
Oh my goodness, this hurts! Oh!
Harsh impact. There have been times in sports entertainment when unlikely duos have formed and over time they develop and bond and become an outstanding tag team combination. The team that immediately comes to mind is the powerhouse duo of Cesaro and Sheamus. After their thrilling best-of-7 series, I wouldn't think they'd develop into a top tag team.
I don't think anyone thought Cesaro and Sheamus would develop into a premier tag team. Over time, the superstars realized that they were better as allies than as enemies. And when they combined their incredible strength, the results were something that couldn't be ignored.
It was really unbelievable to witness the evolution of Cesaro and Sheamus as a team. We saw
this could be it.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
All measured up. Ah, drop kick to the spine.
He's back in control here. How much more punishment needs to be dished out? Just finish it.
I think this one's over. He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
Vicious strike. What's going to happen here? Backbreaker. When this guy's on, look out.
Man.
Backbreaker. Here he goes. Splash. Massive.
This one is over.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
He's making a statement here with this attack. He's on the defensive here. He's going to need to find a way to fire back.
I know it's early, but he has to do everything in his power not to let this get out of hand.
I got right to the gut.
Be careful not to get disqualified.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Nailed it.
Drop kick.
Great athleticism. In order to be a premier tag team, a superstar and their teammate must have...
Looking for the exclamation point. Impactful slam.
We may be looking at our winner here, guys.
Ooh, what impact. Corey, a few moments ago, you took us through what it takes for a tag team to be successful. The continuity between tag team partners is crucial. When a team is able to keep one opponent in the ring for an extended period of time without making a tag, they're able to focus their attack on one individual and one body part.
And that's when things really start to take shape if you're on the tag team that's in control of the match. When you look at the tag teams who dominated this business, all of them worked well together as a unit and were able to keep an opponent in the ring long enough to make that adversary the focal point.
Looking at it here, belly to belly.
Vicious. What a comeback. Most of the truly great tag teams in sports entertainment created a double team finishing maneuver. The spike pile driver from Anderson and Blanchard, the heart attack from the Hart Foundation, the rocker dropper from the Rockers, or the Doomsday device from the Road Warriors. A team needs to have a tag team finisher and be able to execute that finisher on all types of opponents.
Corey, a few moments ago, you mentioned some of the great tag team finishing moves in sports entertainment history. Don't forget about the 3D from the Dudley Boys or the double drop kick from the 2017 WWE Hall of Famers, the Rock and Roll Express. In tag team action, like in singles competition, once a duo nails their opponent, looking for a repeat. Uranagi! Man, oh man. Here's the cover. He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle. Shoulders down! And the kick out.
Nice kick out.
Another great tag team match here tonight. I don't think the tag team scene has ever been hotter here in WWE.
Suicide dive.
Boom! This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
Harsh impact.
He wants no part of the outside. This is not where you want to be. Something big is coming. What's going to happen now? Looking at it, a belly-to-belly suplex.
That might just be the final nail in the coffin. When you talk about...
Will it be? 2. Oh, damage to the body. Looks like he's starting to tire. Look at this. 1. You're not going to win any matches that easily. Wow. Tag team competition dates back all the way to the early 1900s. Corey, you mentioned some of the classic duos from sports entertainment's incredible history. In today's WWE, the tag team scene has never been more competitive. I don't know who has the edge when it comes to talent, if it's Raw or SmackDown Live. I think it's too close to call, but all the teams truly think and act as one unit.
I agree, Michael. Teams such as the Usos, American Alpha, Anderson and Gallows, The New Day, the Hardy Boys, Cesaro and Sheamus. I could be here all day naming championship caliber teams. And when the tag team scene is that competitive, you don't know which team will be wearing the gold.
When a superstar is in a tag team match and has endured heavy amounts of punishment, they must find a way back to their corner to tag their partner. Something that they have to try is doing create separation between them and their opponent.
I think this is the beginning of the end. Oh boy, he is the claw. Maybe done here.
If that doesn't end it, I don't know what will.
Corey, you touched on this before. Part of a tag team's ability to be successful is their ability to endure punishment and make their way to their partner when they need to tag out. One way to do that is to create that separation you spoke of so they have some space to gather themselves and time to make their way back to the corner.
You're absolutely right, Michael. What's the use of having a tag team partner if you're not able to get to them when you got to tag out of the match? Getting that separation is key in breaking any momentum your opponents could have, maybe the difference between a win and a loss, maybe even more. Gut buster!
Back between the ropes.
Big clothesline. Oh, nasty impact.
I don't think there's any coming back from this type of assault. He needs to find a way to create some space or else this thing's over.
At this point, he has to be thinking to himself, what do I have to do to get back in this thing?
Oh, he turns it around.
Ooh, what a jawbreaker!
One, barely at 2.5.
I'm just as shocked as everyone else, Cole.
Looking for Batista! What a spear from the animal!
This is all but over. Hellacious power slam.
I knew it was only a matter of time. Oh boy, he is rolling.
All measured up.
Oh, drop kick to the spine.
That might have done it, Cole.
If he could pin his opponent right here.
An easy kick out there.
Yeah, this early, no chance.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
Corey, a few moments ago, you mentioned some of the great tag team finishing moves in sports entertainment history. Don't forget about the 3D from the Dudley Boys or the double drop kick from the 2017 WWE Hall of Famers, the Rock and Roll Express. In tag team action, like in singles competition, once a duo nails their opponent with their finisher, that should signal the beginning of the end.
It can take a long time for a tag team to decide on a double team finisher, but I agree. A team needs one, and it should...
Oh, this isn't right.
What are you, the police or something?
I'm the Fuzz.
In May of 2017, SmackDown.
And we have our winners.
Oh, his feet are on the ropes. His feet are on the ropes.
I expected as much from him tonight.